a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell to a ring of fire. I fell to a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns in the ring of fire, in the ring of fire. Hey, Drew James here, and I am playing Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. This is a great tune. You know, 3 chords is all it takes. 3 beginner chords, G, D and C. If you know those, you've more or less got the tune. But the thing that we're going to be focusing on, and what I always like to do in my lessons, is show you the parts that most people might not get right. And in fact, even when I was learning this, I wasn't entirely sure. So I've penned it all out. And by the way, there is free tab to this. You just need to click the link in the video right now, and that will take you through that tab to the actual rhythm tab. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you to read, because the rhythm is the hard part in this song. And I'm going to be spending time showing you exactly how to get the beat right so it sounds like what Cash is doing. Let's learn how to play it. My performance at the beginning of the video was based on the video that is at the top of the search results if you search for Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. I've included a link to that video of him basically playing live in this video, and it's also in the video description. So that is what I'm basing my lesson on. So that means that you're going to need to put a capo on the 1st fret of the guitar. You know, it doesn't really matter if you don't have a capo, you can still learn the tune. It's just it won't be in the key of that particular version. I don't know if that's the definitive version, if that's the actual album version or not. Perhaps someone could tell me in the comments below if it is. So it could be that the album version you don't even use the capo. We're going to need 3 chords. Let's do the easy bit first of all. If you know these 3 chords, G, C and D, then you can skip along. In the video right now, I've just written where you can drag it to so that you can get started on the rhythm, which is really where the work starts. The chords are G, C and D, so let's teach you the G. Now, I'd like you to be doing this G this way, because it means changing from C to G is so much faster. And we're going to have to change very fast from C to G in this tune. It happens a lot, so we need to be as economical as possible. Put your index finger on the 1st fret on the B string, put your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the D, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the A. You notice I'm giving the strings letters. That's how I prefer to do it rather than numbers. Eddie 8, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. Okay, that's your C chord. Strum the bottom 5 strings. The G, I want you to lift up your index finger and move these fingers, which are always the weakest, up a set of strings. So you're on the 2nd fret on the A, 3rd fret on the thickest string, and pinky is on the 3rd fret on the thinnest string. Okay, so that might feel a bit weird, but that's a quicker way of doing G. Strum all 6 strings for the G. The D chord, you put your index finger on the 1st fret on the G string, on the 2nd fret on the G string, you put your middle finger on the 2nd fret also on the E string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the B string, and you strum the bottom 4. Okay, so that's C. Look at this easy change to G. I'm not rubbing it in, I'm just saying that's an easier way of doing it than going, whoa. Although Cash does do this, but this is a slightly quicker way of making that change. And then D is the last one. So let's have a look at the part at the beginning where the intro, we'll call this, and this is the bit where the brass is going. So we're starting on a G chord, and the main rhythm for this, it's very important that you get the loud and quiet of this as you're playing, right? So you're going. Now let me break that down. That may just sound like a very simple pattern, but the first strum, I'm just hitting the top 3 strings or so of the chord. I'm not being exact about it, just not hitting all the strings. I'm not hitting very loud. And then the next hit is a big hit, all 6 strings. So that's down, down, or little strum, big strum, I prefer to think of it as. Then down, up, down, up. So it's little, big, down, up, little, big, down, up, little, big, down, up, down, up. Now, most of the time, a bar of music is 2 of those, so that means this. Then we'd be changing chord, okay? So please work on this. Little strum, big strum, down, up, little strum, big strum, down, up. It'll just make your song sound so much better as you get more confident. So the first part where the brass hasn't quite started yet in the video, it's... So there's like a slide up with the brass, okay? And when the brass comes in, the trumpets, etc., you're doing a G for normal, and then you're doing a C that you're going to strum just 2 down strums. And that bar is in 3/4, so you're going to go... Okay, I'm going to do that round in a circle, that bar, so you can hear the changes. G, C, G, C, G, C, 1 and 2E and a 3 and 1 and 2E and a 3 and G and 2E and a C and... Okay, so we're going to do the G first, then going into that part in the 3/4, so we go... Okay, got that so far. We're then just back to G and doing another bar. So if I do it while singing the brass, you'll really hear how this works now. So we go... Now, that next bit with the brass. So we've done another bar of G. We do go back into 3/4 again, and we go... You don't really need to worry too much about 3/4, what that means, as long as you're following my strumming as you're going. So you're going G... Then this time 2 Ds, and then another bar of G. So we go G, 2 Ds, G, G. I'll now sing the whole lot with the brass, okay? Look out for those changes. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, G, G. Then Cash's singing starts and we stay in 4/4 from there. So we go G is a ring of fire. Now I changed the rhythm slightly here. So we go down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up. Then we do 2 C's on a down. I'll do that slowly. Faster. See, it sounds a lot more like the song when we start to speed it up. So that's the bit with the singing with love is a C thing, G, G, and it G like a D ring. So that's the D at the end of that one on fiery ring. Bound by wild desire. And you'll see on the tab, hopefully you've got my tab as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you'll see on the tab that there are 2 dots where it says the word verse. And then when you look at page 2, you'll see there's 2 dots in the first bar there. So that's telling you that you're repeating. You're going back to where it says the word verse. So that gives you all of the verse doing that same idea of G, C, G, G. And the second time, G, D, G. Then you're repeating. Always remembering, it's just worth bears repeating. Little strum, big strum, down, up, little strum, big strum. And then, so once you've repeated that, you've got your chorus, which is this. And it burns, burns, burns to make it fire. Okay, so that's a D chord, which you're holding for the first time for a full bar. So we're going down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. C, G, D, D, C, G. Okay, and I'm going to do that with a little bit of singing. So just bear with me a second. So a little bit of singing. We're going to be going, and I fell to a C, G. I went D, 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 and C, G, and a G, 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 D, and G, D, and G. So really it's quite simple once you get the hang of where the chord changes are happening, but you must keep that rhythm motoring the whole way along. And then once you get to the end of that chorus, so it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Then you're back to